Good morning and welcome into NFL Daily. I am Tom Downey, a fresh batch of NFL Power Rankings with Week 2 in the book. We're doing Week 3 today. If you want these each and every single week, show our bosses that you do. Like the video right now. A new 32, the Houston Texans have taken the bottom spot in the ranking. It was the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals have now jumped up in part to actually being pretty damn competitive through the first two games. They probably should have won at least one of them. So Houston, Arizona, the Chicago Bears continue to slide the wrong direction as they just don't look very good right now. I don't like the job the coordinator has done, Luke Getsy. Why you're not letting Justin Fields run? Did you not learn your lesson last year? It's the same thing. It could be a drop-back quarterback, no runs. Then they'll eventually change. Do it week 1. What are you doing? Fields, learn to not take a sack, my guy. Pull the trigger. Stop trying to be perfect every play. The Bears do not look very good through the first two games. So is Justin Fields the guy? Y for yes, N for no. Sound off for me in the comment section. Carolina at number 29. They stay where they were last week. I just need to see some more from Bryce Young. Play calling has not been great either, but they got to get going. They got to get going because remember their first round pick going to Chicago, just like Arizona or Houston's is going to Arizona. Denver at number 28. These were two winnable games for the Broncos, and they didn't win them. That's a red flag. They actually drop a couple spots. Indianapolis moving on up because they took down the Houston Texans, so they get ahead of some of those winless football teams, which I think certainly makes some sense. The Giants actually dropped 2 more spots. Yes, they won. That's important. They also beat the Cardinals, who are 31 on our list. So the quality of wins very much playing into effect there. The Las Vegas Raiders, they slide down 5 spots after their Week 2 loss. I didn't think they were that impressive in that one, and seems like Devontae Adams will be okay, but you're hoping for more from Vegas moving forward. They can still make a run in the AFC. Really, maybe the Giants are mixed in there. Those teams are still harboring somewhat realistic playoff hopes. All right, 2-part ask here for today's pinned comment, so make sure you're paying attention. Shout out your favorite team and where you'd rank them. So like Niners, 1. Texans, don't want to talk about it. Something along those lines. All in one comment. It is the pinned comment, so go vote right there. If the ad plays on YouTube, take advantage of it. Take some time, think about where you'd rank your team, and go comment right now. The Minnesota Vikings continue to slide down the rankings. They drop 5 more spots. They probably should have beat the Eagles so they could just hold on to the damn football. Minnesota, they actually got good primetime Kirk Cousins. He was great. And they couldn't take down Philadelphia. Minnesota's last year, a bunch of close wins. This year, lots of close losses. Patriots at 23. Yes, they are winless. They've also fought pretty hard, and they should have beaten the Eagles. They blew that game. Had a chance late again against the Dolphins, too. So they've been scrappy. They do slide down 6 spots in rings. They've not had a win yet, but they need to get going quickly. It's very tough to make the playoffs after starting 0-2. Especially when 2 other AFC teams that are real contenders did the exact same thing. The Commanders at 22. I'll give Sam Howell and the Washington football team credit. They battled. They've clawed their way back in to take down Denver. Now, their wins are over the 31st and 28th ranked team. That's why an undefeated team's only at 22. But hey, they've been making some progress, and they've exceeded expectations, I think, for most people relative to what the year began with. They're up 5 spots. Tennessee at number 21 in today's rankings. Again, up and down, inconsistent. Hey, they got a big-time win over the Chargers. They move up a couple spots as a result. That was a big deal for the Titans, who Mike Vrabel was going to have them competing and being competitive pretty much week in and week out. Folks, what if there was an app that used AI and machine learning to suggest smarter sports bets? Well, there is, and it's called Odds Are. It's the mobile app you need to know what bets of the day are the smart ones. Download the app, sign up for an account, and let the latest data analysis guide you through today's point spreads, money lines, over-unders. If you see green, it's a smart bet. If you see yellow, you're on your own. If you see red, Don't do it. I see green on the Jets-Bills under. Well, that one hit. I see green on the under for Saints-Panthers on Monday Night Football. That one hit as well. They're not a sports book, but they are the sports betting advisor in your pocket. Dive in, explore, and make every game day even more thrilling. NFL Daily listeners also have a special deal. Get your first 30 days of the app free. Just go to oddsr.com/NFL Daily to download the app. That's oddsr.com/NFL Daily. 30 days of free, smarter betting. I think that is a winning bet. Links in the comments and the description of today's show. The Steelers at number 20. That game was stupid, by the way. It was a very weird football game. Kind of felt like Pittsburgh didn't so much win it as the Browns lost it, but that is a big win for Pittsburgh. Does not inspire confidence for me in either team, but the Steelers do jump up a couple spots after the win. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers up several spots, 6. Browns fans, cover your ears for the next 10 seconds. Baker Mayfield's outplaying Deshaun Watson. Only 2 games, level of competition, but good news for Tampa. We'll get to Cleveland in a little bit. The Seattle Seahawks are number 18 on our list. And we're kind of entering the range where the difference between 20 and about 11, very minimal. There's a lot of differing opinions in our voting this week because it's 2 games. A lot of weird 1-1 football teams. How do you rank them? No one really knows yet. Seattle's 18. Green Bay is 17. Or they actually dropped 3 spots, by the way. Been some chaos from that perspective. The Falcons are 16. They are also up 5 spots this week. It's not good for fantasy football, but it has been pretty solid for real-life football as they take down Green Bay and jump over them in the rankings. The Chargers are 15. They dropped several spots. There is still, across the board in the power rankings, you'll see it for pretty much every team, there is still some of that preseason expectation boost going on there. Chargers have lost 2 very close football games. That should even out, but they also shouldn't be 0-2, and that is a disappointment for a team that many had pegged top 10 to begin the season. The Rams at 14. Again, the difference between 21 and 10, frankly, very minimal. There are some big-time disagreements in the Chargers rankings. Chargers were as low as 24, as high as 11. The Rams, meanwhile, I was looking at my notes here for the script, were a little bit more stabilized, all kind of around 16, but it's also as low as 21. It's chaos in these rankings. It makes it fun early on in the season. The Jets at number 13. They dropped 2 spots. I think they ran into the Cowboys buzzsaw. They were as low as number 12, as high as number 11. Are they good? Are they not? Who knows? That's kind of the theme for all these teams between 20 and number 10. We will be live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time today, right here on Chat Sports. Some news, some draft conversation. Make sure you guys tune in. Hit that sub button right now. The Browns stay where they are at number 12. The loss of Nick Chubb is unquestionably heartbreaking. It's not fair, frankly. It was a brutal injury. The Browns were as low as 19, as high as 10. And that's the common theme for all. Everyone was in this range. There's a lot of chaos here. The Bengals are number 11, which I had them at 12. They were as low as 23 and as high as number 10. No one knows how to rank these teams, so feel free to complain in the comment section. Remember, if you like the rankings, that was me. I got your back. If you don't like the rankings, that was somebody else. Chat Sports, do not blame me. So what is your panic level over a Bengals team with a Joe Burrow calf injury? They began the year 0-2 last year, got hot, rallied, and made it to the playoffs, but Burrow's calf's a lingering issue. They don't look very good on offense. What's your panic level? Sound off for me in the comment section right now. The Saints jump up to number 10. Again, they were as high as number 7, which was kind of shocking, and as low as number 16. No one knows what to do with these top 10 teams. This portion, though, starting with number 9, a little bit more stability in the rankings. There was more of a consensus here. And all but one person had the Detroit Lions in their top 10. We will not be bodying them today. Frustrating result, I suppose, in week 2, but the week 1 wins still hanging out there. The Jags at number 8, again, one voter had them outside the top 10. Everyone else had them somewhere in the 7 to, actually, almost everyone had them at 8 or 9, except for one voter. That's kind of crazy. Everyone thinks they're a top 10 team. It's the bottom 10 team here at Chat Sports. They dropped 1 spot, by the way. The Bills jumped up 2 spots after an impressive win over the Raiders. Again, one voter outside the top 10, everyone else in the top 9 beyond that. The Ravens at number 6, they stand at number 6. Everything, again, between 4 and 7. So there's much more consensus here than the absolute chaos of rankings that was 20 to number 10. The Chiefs at number 5. They actually dropped 1 spot this week. One voter had them at 10, which I thought was weird. There is a big enough gap between 5 and 4 that it probably wouldn't have mattered, but is worth mentioning. We're going to get to the top 4 here. Who do you think is the best team in the NFL? Sound off for me in the comments section right now. The Miami Dolphins are number 4. They were as low as 5, as high as 3. Everyone agrees. And there's very little differences of opinion here inside the top 4. The Eagles are number 3. Nobody voted for them to be number 1. Nobody put them lower than 4, which I think is fair. It's crazy to think about this, by the way. Spoiler alert, the top 3 teams are all NFC teams. And then you have none of them inside the top 8 beyond that. Kind of crazy. The Cowboys are number 2. There are first-place voters for the Dallas Cowboys. One voter put them at 5, which was enough to make the change, but it also was evened out because one voter had the Niners at number 5. So 2 outlier votes for the Cowboys and the 49ers. Everyone else had these 2 teams at either number 1 or number 2. I am of the belief, as the Cowboys Report host, long as both teams are undefeated, Niners ahead of the Cowboys until the Cowboys beat the 49ers. The Niners have had their number for 2 years in a row now, and where it matters most in the postseason. Different teams, I know, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt from that perspective. So grade our power rankings. I take no offense because I will blame it on other people here in the voting crew, AP poll style at Chat Sports. Grade them for me, A, B, C, D, or F right now.